are y'all doing on today, my good people? What is going on? Like, how y'all doing on the day? Like, are y'all having a good day? I hope that y'all are actually having a good week. We are into February right now, you guys. Like, can we all just, or is it just me? January, the month of January was a booger, as you want, as my mom would say. Girl, that was a booger bad, wasn't it? Y'all, it was felt like a whole year, but it was such a long month. So much had went on, and like I'm glad to know that it's just not me. I've seen a lot of people post on social media that they was like January was a long year or whatever, but January was a long month. But you guys, if you are listening to this, we made it. We made it past the first month of 2020, you guys. And in the words of my grandmother, I am glad to be on top of the ground and the ground not on top of me. Okay, y'all. So let's just go ahead and get into today's podcast. For those of you that are new to this podcast, I am your host. For those of you who are new to Southern Therapy Podcast, I am your host, Danielle Bailey. And I come on here weekly and we just talk. I am a therapist full time by trade, and I actually use this as a form of therapy for myself. Just a way to just express myself, to get it out, and don't care who like actually hears it or say anything. Like it's just for me. And so I give a voice to some of the voiceless. When people are afraid to say something or people are so vulnerable, like they can listen to this podcast and understand like they're not the only ones that are going through it or whatever. So I talk about, what I'm going through, how I'm going through, if I made it through it, or if I got to go back and learn something from it. And just like I talk about God too. I talk about how God has yet kept me, okay? So for today's podcast, it is being sponsored by, yes, come on, with my own sponsors. It is being sponsored by Freedom Therapy, Financial Literacy Masterclass. Again, you guys, this masterclass is available, you guys. It is a masterclass like none other, where we really take a dive into financial literacy. We take a dive into your life. This class is actually created from a therapeutic standpoint. So, y'all, we really take a good deep dive into your finances, why you're not able to budget, why you're not able to do this, stick with your budget, or why you're not able to save money. Like, it's really, really a really good class. And you yourself could actually attend that class for only $35 a month. Yes, $35 a month. Yes, $35 a month. And you can attend the class. Like, come learn, come change your history, your family tree, come start building generational wealth. And I want to say this, that when I say currently building generational wealth, or just wealth in general, I'm not just talking about monetary. When I'm talking about with wealth, I'm talking about relationships, like marriages, your health, like all these different types of things that we have are known to be generational curses, but like we're building generational wealth. Like we are stopping the teen pregnancies that happens in our family from generation to generation. We're stopping generational poverty. Like that's what I mean by that. So y'all go ahead, sign up for the class, y'all, and get yourselves together with me as I get myself together too, y'all. And so another sponsor, I'll go over that later. But nonetheless, y'all, let's just go ahead and jump right into what we want to talk about today. Well, I want to review my weekend. Like, how was y'all weekend? Like, was it good? Was it bad? I would say this. My weekend started off by I actually purchased a Fitbit. And let me give y'all the story behind this. I've wanted a Fitbit for about 3 years now. And I wanted the Fitbit for about 3 years. And I just could not bring myself to buy it because it was so expensive. To me, it was expensive. $200 is expensive. And I just, well, Is it really expensive, y'all? I don't know. But but yeah, so like the Fitbit, I researched the Fitbit. I researched the Apple Watch as well. And yeah, I did that for about 2 or 3 years because I really wanted one. At first it started off as I really wanted the Apple Watch. But then it moved to Fitbit because the Fitbit was a little bit cheaper and I got the Fitbit Versa. The it was a little bit cheaper and I was just like, yeah, that's it. But then as I really looked into it and did a little bit more research about it, like I prefer the Fitbit because of the simple fact is it gives me a way to disconnect from my phone. Um, as we know, like a lot of us are considered to be phone junkies and stuff like that. So it just gives me a break from my phone, from notifications, from social media. Like it's really something that I really needed. And that's kind of what sold me with Fitbit. And I know y'all are like, Danielle, you just don't have to download the icons on your Apple Watch. No, because I would want to do that. So, I just end up getting a Fitbit this weekend. And I will say this, y'all. The only real reason that I got the Fitbit is because like I really had to make the decision. I was like, sis, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And so then I realized that I had a gift card left over from a meeting that I had attended, and they had gave us some money for travel. And so I had like $139 left on the gift card. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use that. And I'll just have to pay like about $75, the rest because I bought it from Best Buy. And so, but I didn't have to pay $75. I end up price matching it. In case y'all don't know, Best Buy price match. And so, I went to Amazon to see if Amazon had it a little bit cheaper because at Best Buy it was like $199. And I went to Amazon to see if it was a little bit cheaper, and Amazon had it for $183. So they price matched Amazon, and I was able to get it for a total of like $200. Like Louisiana taxes is high, y'all. High out the wazoo. So I ended up getting it for like 202, and I only had to pay like $62 for it out of my pocket. So to me, I feel like it was a win-win situation, and I have enjoyed it ever since. I haven't like used it to its full capability just yet, because I'm still trying to, like learn all this stuff about it or whatever. I'm just wearing it right now. So that was about my weekend, and I ended up attending my uncle's funeral. Y'all know I've been having deaths back to back in my family, and I attended his funeral this Saturday, and I am just like, Lord, please don't let the death angel visit my family. Like, we are good, okay? We are good right now. And so like it's just hard like to see your cousins, and they were just, like these cousins are like the funny cousins. Like they play the joke a lot, and like their dad was just that. Their dad was the jokester. He was, made everybody laugh. Like, dude, like, y'all, let me tell y'all, one day I was out walking, and so I was out there trying to lose a little weight. I was out there walking, getting my walk home, and y'all, this was like a couple years ago. And so like I'm walking, and a truck is behind me, right? So I'm like, I'm trying to get out the way, let the truck pass, and like the truck still following me. So I'm just, I'm walking a little bit faster now, and the truck is following me. So I turned around, about to give him a few choice words, and I realized it was my uncle. And I was like, bruh, what is you doing? He was like, I was just trying to give you a little bit of motivation. I said, you about to run me over? So like, yo, that's the type of person that he was. And so to see them upset, and just to see them crying, and just one of my cousins, she was just in a daze. It was hard, it was hard because you don't want to see your loved ones like that. But so that was Saturday, and I had to help out with serving. And y'all, child, it was so many people at that funeral, y'all. It was over 300 people at that funeral. And of course, an African American repast is shot. They gotta feed you. And so I was at first I started off up there by the plates, and then my auntie was like, go to the back and watch the sodas. I'm like, watch the sodas? Yeah, watch the sodas and make sure they only get one, and make sure that I'm like, girl, okay, girl. So like y'all, I was like, by the time that funeral was over, y'all, I was dead tired. Like dead tired. And so then after that I ended up going to one of my friends' house, hung out with them. Like a good way to end such a difficult month was being with my friends and just hanging out with them, just talking, just laughing and stuff like that. So good way, good way to end the month. So y'all, let's just go ahead and get into today's topic. Let's see. I want to say this. Today's topic is don't give up because it looks intimidating. I will say I myself, and the reason why I want to talk about that today, because last night, I'm recording this on a Tuesday and I'm posting it on Wednesday. So last night I finally decided to work on a website. And if y'all follow any of my social medias, y'all have seen me and talk and heard me talk about like I need to work on my website, I need to do this or whatever. But I was like definitely afraid to work on the website. For whatever reason, in my mind, in my head, like I can't do this. Like I have to hire somebody to do this. I never tried. I never, like search YouTube or nothing like that. And so it was just like I gotta do this. I was just like so intimidated by me having to do it. Like, truth be told, if I would have had the money to pay somebody to do it, I definitely would have formed here, y'all do it, put it out there, and stuff like that. But unfortunately, your girl ain't got it right now. I will say I have it, but I need to put it in other places at the moment. So I buckled down. I got on YouTube and I end up, searching YouTube, found a very helpful video. The video was about an hour, about how to my websites. Okay, so I have websites already that I kind of like paid somebody to do, but it's not finished because life was happening at the time and I couldn't get them the information. So I ended up telling them to return it to me. So I have like a hosting for my I have a hosting with SiteGround is my hosting, and WordPress is the actual what is WordPress? I guess the actual theme, the I don't like look, as y'all can tell, I'm not really sure what WordPress really is. But I guess the actual website that you can use without having to build code for a website. So I got those two, and the girl who did my websites and stuff like that, she was the one that got that like last year. Yeah, in 2018, she got all that together. And so she, gave me the passwords, but I still didn't know. Like, I had a website out there, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to edit it. And so, like, I didn't for a whole year. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. We have to stop letting stuff intimidate us and get to it and do it. And so, I was last night, I was just like, okay, sis, you got to work on this stuff. So like I said, found the YouTube video, start working on the website. It's the website is currently building www.currentlybuildinggenerationalwealth.com. Go check it out. I'm still working on it. So I worked on it for about like 2 hours after I was with supervision with this young lady. And so it's coming together, y'all. And so last night I worked on it some more. But the more of this story is I allowed fear and intimidation from a website about just fear and intimidation and thoughts of my own to intimidate me and to put fear in me and not to do this website. So like I got in there, it's not really that difficult. It was time consuming because I'm watching the YouTube video, I'm stopping, and like they're giving like shout out to these people on YouTube. Like they giving step by step on what you need to do, how you need to do it. And so, like I got my phone on one side, I got my laptop, and I'm watching the video on my phone, got my laptop just bing going through that way or whatever. And so got some of the stuff done or whatever. Like I said, I still, excuse me, I still have to work on it. But it's like, yo, you could have been did this. You could have really and truly been did this and got it off the way. Like, and so I started really looking at some of the stuff that I allow to intimidate me, and it's really not. It really shouldn't intimidate me because it's really something that that shouldn't put fear in me. So y'all, I just want to share that with y'all. Like, don't let stuff intimidate you. Just give it a go, give it a shot, and see how things turn out. And I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 that it's not as fearful or hard or difficult as you have made it out to be in your mind. Because the website, like I said, is time consuming, but it's not really difficult. Because I had YouTube, and it's really like the back end of the website is really user friendly. What I struggle with is putting together the colors, making sure this color matches with this, or making sure that. So that's kind of what I really and truly struggle with altogether. But if it got colors already, so y'all, like I said, don't let nothing intimidate you to where it actually stops you or hindering you from doing what you need to do. And like I said, I had to build this website, so that's why I end up doing it myself. And like I said, go check it out. It's called www.currentlybuildinggenerationalwealth.com. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the reason why I actually had to create the website. I created currentlybuildinggenerationalwealth.com is because that is the new brand that I am working on. And that brand will start releasing so many products that I'm super duper excited about. Currently building generational wealth is a for me is a statement. It's what I'm doing. It's how I want to be, how I want to leave wealth behind, how I want to change my family history, my family tree, and stuff like that. So, like, I'm launching different products and stuff like that to be able to help other people build generational wealth too. And I want to say that wealth is just not monetary. Wealth for me means so much. Okay, so it means so much more than just than that. So, like, I'm dropping soon. I'm dropping a currently building generational wealth budget planner, a daily planner, and a prayer journal. Like, I'm so excited about it. It's I've been working on this for a while, and like I just could not figure out what I wanted to do and stuff like that. Like, it was just so hard coming to me. And I was, of course, y'all know, like, God leads me on what to do. And so I've been wanting to do a planner for like years now. Probably about a year, maybe 2 years now. I'm thinking 2 years because it was full. I know 2019, that was a goal of mine to do the planner. And I didn't do the planner. And I think it was 2018 too as well. But I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to do. I wanted to do a planner, and I also wanted to do a journal. And I was like, I'm gonna combine the both of them. But then it was like it was so much back and forth to where, like, I just didn't do anything. Yet again, instead of me really just sitting down and trying to figure some stuff out, I allowed that to intimidate me, and I just didn't do anything. I didn't do anything for like over. I'm not necessarily I didn't do anything because I still was researching different stuff and I was taking classes, but I wasn't like moving. And so when I was talking to one of my friends one day, and y'all, some of the simplest things we can make it so complicated, y'all. So I was talking I think I was on a cruise with my friends, not Shabrika, but Charmaine and Shaquita. And so I was like, yeah, y'all, I want to do this journal. I want to do a planner, but it's just going to be too much. And, it's going to be too much in one, because I was going to lump everything in one. It was going to be a planner journal. Like, and it just, no. And it was going to be about finances. And so I was like, I want to do that, but it's going to be so many pages. And so they was like, and I was like, so I think I'm just going to do the planner. And so they was like, just do both. And I was like, what? They was like, create a planner and create a journal. And I was like, wow. Like, that's how I was. I was like, what? Do both? And they was like, yeah. And I was just like, that was so small, but so monumental to me. I was like, yes, I should do both. And so that was back in April. And so finally I started really and truly working on it. In December, I reached out to, I had been, and like, yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all like about how much I had been looking into this. Like, I had contacted the graphic designer 2 years ago. And so, because it's one graphic designer that I wanted to work with, because I've seen her work before and her work is bomb. And so I was just like, I want her to do them. And so I reached out to her then, and then I reached out to her a year later, and she had gave me her prices. And so then in December, I reached out to her again, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and jump it and stuff like that. And I asked her prices and stuff like that. And her prices was still the same. And her prices was very reasonable to me, I think, to what the quality that she gives. They were very reasonable. I honestly thought that it was going to be thousands and thousands of dollars to actually hire a graphic designer to do your stuff. And it's not. It depends on the amount of pages that you get. And since some of my pages are duplicate pages, like, that cuts down. Like, she has a range of pages that she has and stuff like that. So starting out, I was just creating a budget planner. And so with the budget planner, I would just have all this stuff. And so, it just became to be too thick and stuff. And so I was just like, and I was talking to my prayer partner, and I was telling her about it. I was just like, it's going to be so many pages. And I was like, blah, 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 this. And I said, I reached out to a printer company, and I was just like, just telling her everything. And so she was like, well, first of all, it's not a planner. She was like, what you're creating is a toolkit. She was like, don't dumb it down by being just a planner. She was like, because it's more than a planner. Your journal pages is something that people really and truly need. And so when I started listening to her and, talking to her, and so like, I went back to the drawing board again. Because after I talked to her, like, I was fasting then. I was in the midst of the fast of transformation fast. And so as I'm talking to her about it, she's giving me some insight yet again. Like, it's good to have those people in your life that's connected to God and that God can use to speak through them and stuff like that. So as I'm talking to her, and she was just like, yeah, I know. She was just like, that's a toolkit, how about you think about doing such and such and all this or whatever. But like, when I first reached out to the graphic designer, I told her that I was going to do a budget planner, and then I was going to follow up again with the journal, but I wasn't going to do both of them at the same time. Child, by the time I finish with this whole project, I'm going to have 3 different products. I'm going to have a daily planner, I'm going to have a budget planner, and I'm also going to have a prayer journal. Like, yo, when I say like, yo, and y'all imagine me trying to put all 3 of them into one. And that's exactly what I was trying to do. I was trying to put so much information into one, but it was just like, all of this information can have its own entity and stuff like that. And it needs to. So, they all play off each other, y'all. The budget planner is specifically, and in the name of it is currently building generational wealth, because these tools is what's going to help you build those generational wealth, right? So like, they're currently building generational wealth. The planner The daily planner, it's going to help you organize your life, you know. So it can help you get your life organized and together, and projects that you need to work on and stuff like that. And so then you have the budget planner. So the budget planner is specifically for, like, it's like the reason why I did the daily planner and the budget planner. For those who don't want the budget planner, they can just get the daily planner and use the stuff that's in there to help. But as far as the with the budget planner and stuff like that, like, you have different types of things that you can, like, work on. Like, I have some positive money affirmations in there. What else I have up in there? I have some scriptures to back up what I'm talking about. Like, again, this stuff is like heavily influenced by God. So we got scriptures in there. We got positive what else? Scriptures, positive money affirmations, budget templates. And we have one thing that I have never seen in a budget planner thus far. Like, I have never seen it in a budget planner just yet, and I cannot wait till y'all see it. Like, I'm so excited about that one and stuff like that. So we got the building generational wealth. And then come on down one more, the last product, and probably the most exciting product of them all, is the prayer journal. It's currently building generational wealth prayer journal for breaking generational curses. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm so excited about this one, because at first, when I was actually sitting down, and after, like, me and my prayer partner, we were talking, like, after me and her was talking, I was like, okay, this is what the journey is going to be. And by the time I sat down again with God, he was like, no, you need to first help people break generational curses. Because if you can help them break the generational curse and change their mindset, then, their mindset will be clear and free. And then whatever else that I want you to put out next. So, like, there's a continuation, y'all, of these 3 new products that I'm going to release. I'm going to release something else later on in the year or whatever. So, like, y'all, it's just, I know that it may sound like unorganized, or y'all may not be able to understand it, but y'all, I'm so excited. Like, the prayer journal is something that I really want people to, like, use and stuff like that, and to really and truly understand, like, how generational curses affect us. And when I was doing my research and stuff about generational curses, a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot, but there are some people who don't believe in generational curses, and they believe that people are making it, using it as an excuse for not doing what they need to do or whatever. But in this prayer journal, I really, like, tell people, look, they can be broken, and it's up to you to actually stop it and stuff like that. So in the prayer journal, we got scriptures, we got what else we got scriptures, is as a how to break the generational curses, and stuff like that. And it's a whole bunch of stuff, y'all, that y'all just need to go and check out. Hopefully they will go to the printer on tomorrow, or either, if they can't go to the printer on tomorrow or Thursday, I'm hoping Thursday they'll be able to go to the printer, and I can start with some sample copies by next week. My goal is to have some sample copies by next week, so that I can actually just, show people, so that I can actually feel it, touch it, see my dreams come to life. I'm hoping not to cry, because, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for almost 2 years now, and it's finally coming to pass. Like, y'all, she sent me the proof, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. This right here is what I've been working on. Like, if y'all can see, like, y'all, I have this yellow notebook, right? This yellow dotted graph notebook. And so, like, all of my drawings or all of my ideas are for this planner. It's in this notebook. And so what I would do is I would, conjure up something in my brain, in my mind, and I would sketch it a little bit and I would send it to her. And she would pull something together. So like so yeah, when I say it's a mess, y'all, but it's a mess. My notebook is a mess, but the planner is amazing. I said to myself, like, this is going to be a multi-million-dollar notebook, because this is going to be where I create some of, where not I, let me take that off, not I, but what God give me some of the most amazing ideas to actually create stuff and give to his, and release to his people. So yeah, like I said, I'm super duper excited about the journal and the planners that are going to be released soon. Yeah, make sure y'all order them, okay? So I will come back and I will tell you they will be on sale at www.currentlybuildinggenerationalwealth.com, and you'll be able to see the planners. And while you're there, get you some t-shirts, get you a sweatshirt and stuff like that. So just support the brand, support the movement. I'm excited about it, and I'm finally allowing people to see my work, and really allowing people to actually to allow them to, like, my, I would say, when I say allow them, I mean, like, one of my friends have been asking me for the longest, like, Danielle, where can I buy your sweatshirt from? Like, I want a sweatshirt. And like, I never would tell her, like, where she can go and buy it from. Or she's like, I want to buy a t-shirt, and I just would never be like, okay, girl. I don't know why though. So now I'm just like I'm going to allow people to really support the movement, because they'll believe in it. They believe in it, and that's kind of like what they're doing right now themselves. So, nonetheless, you guys, let me see. Oh, and one more thing that I am struggling with, and that is celebrating myself. I don't know why. I've always had a struggle with celebrating myself. And so I was like, it's always been something, like, oh, you ain't got this, oh, you ain't got that. And so I want to celebrate the launch of this planners and this prayer journal. Like, that's what I want to do. And so I reached out to one of my friends. I was like, hey, I want to celebrate I want to throw a launch party for the planner and the journal. And she was like, absolutely. She's been telling me for the longest that I need to celebrate. Like, when I became an LCSW, I was going to celebrate in a certain way, but then it ended up getting turned upside down, and I never celebrated. Like, I never celebrated my major accomplishment of becoming an LCSW. And so she still gets on to me about that. And it's been 3+ years, almost 4. April will be 4 years that I've had my LCSW. And so, like, with this right here, I need to make this a priority of actually throwing a lunch party, a release party for these planners. This is something that I really worked on, is hard. And this is something that I really wanted to do. And I really just didn't think at one point that I was capable of doing something like this to this multitude. Like who would want to do this? Or, like, who would want to buy something from me? Like this. Like, it's so many self-sabotaging thoughts, so many negative thoughts that I had about myself. And it was just like, yo, just do it. God told you to do it, so do it. And that's where I'm at. Like, that's where I'm at in life. I'm just surrendering, doing what God called me to do, and just getting it out there. So I encourage you guys to do the same, people. So that's all I got for y'all on today. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you like this podcast, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast with your friends, and how about y'all give us a 5-star rating, okay? So thank y'all so much. Love you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend.